Hello everybody, welcome back to a new vlog. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great Christmas, New Year, etc, etc. I thought that I would take some time away from vlogging, mainly because, to be honest, whoever has a busy January, do you know what I mean? Like, what is there to do? It's not like it's a fun month. Apologies if that's when your birthday is. That's very unfortunate. But I thought I would vlog this week and get back into it because I have something very, very exciting to announce, and it feels like a long time coming. The announcement is going to be next week, but I'm going to make sure that this vlog goes up once that's all happened so that I can talk about it now like you already know, because you will. For the last, I want to say at least 2 years, I have been writing a book. Here she is. I say here she is. It is empty on the inside. This is a dummy mock-up so that I have something physical to show you because it hasn't actually gone properly to print yet. I'm actually announcing it a little bit early because it was picked for a Waterstones pre-order discount, so I wanted to make sure that everybody was able to order it as soon as possible with that discount, so I'll leave the links below. But this is literally a joyful guide to the ups and downs of being autistic. I have wanted to write a book. I've wanted to be an author since I was a child. I did a literature degree. I love to read. The way that I had fun as a child was folding up bits of paper into booklets and writing stories and coming up with characters, and I just love written word. I really do. And when I started gaining a following online, I knew that it could be a great stepping stone to move into an industry that I knew I wanted to go into, which was writing. But I just didn't know what I wanted to talk about because I don't want to release a book that is for the sake of it. I never want it to seem like a cash grab. I don't want it to seem like, oh, another influencer's writing a book. Because actually, I have a literature degree and I have the resources and the skill in me to write, and it's what I want to do. So I feel like maybe I should tell you a little bit about what this book is about. I got the idea for this book because somebody that I went to school with messaged me and said, hey, my partner's trying to get an autism diagnosis, but they're really struggling because the tools and questions used to figure out whether somebody should be referred for an autism assessment are holding them back. It seems like when they're trying to fill these out, it's not targeting the struggles that they have in daily life and they're not getting referred. So I had a look into the referral tools that are used in the UK and other places to try and determine whether somebody should be referred for an autism assessment, and I realised something. I realised that it was incredibly easy to take the questions and the statements and how you're meant to answer them very, very literally. And something just went, oh, that's an idea. Because I'd already sort of come to terms with the fact that I didn't realise that I was autistic, or I didn't realise how autistic traits applied to me, even after my diagnosis, because I'd taken the definitions literally. So the first sort of like essence of this book and the proposal that I had made was actually to do with different diagnostic tools and how they can be hard to navigate if you have a literal thinking brain. But I realised that that was actually a very clinical approach and it turned into a very clinical text, and that's not what I wanted. If you follow me and enjoy my content, you know that I'm a very colourful, bubbly person that likes to feel joy, and that's what I wanted this book to feel like. So, literally, aptly named, uses my journey of discovery as a vessel to talk about traits, things that I've learned, important things for autistic people to know, and analyses them through the lens of taking things literally. So chapter by chapter, there's a breakdown of certain autistic traits and experiences, but also exploring that through the lens of how you might interpret that in a literal way and how to think about it on a broader scale. So one of the chapters, for example, is all about the AQ10, which is a diagnostic tool used to help GPs understand whether somebody should be referred for an autism assessment, and how that tool can really work against autistic people, and how you can take the statements very literally and therefore not give an accurate answer and then not score the points needed to get a referral. And it sort of uses that system of analysing things through a literal lens to help you understand things on a more broader level. It's also illustrated. So I'm an illustrator. I've always been an arty person. I illustrated the Autistic Guide to Adventure by my lovely friend Ali. And I'm also a visual learner. So when I see a book, especially non-fiction, that is just very hefty, I find it very daunting. But if I see something that's got pictures, not necessarily a picture book, but something that feels a little bit joyful in its presentation, I feel a little bit more ease in reading it. So I decided that the book needed to be illustrated. Maybe I'll pop some illustrations, sneak peeks up here. I decided that the book needed to be illustrated just to elevate it a little bit and also make sure that what the book looked like reflected what you were reading. It just feels like it's been a very long time coming. I've been writing it for so long. I've been illustrating. It's sort of snuck up on me that I'm now announcing it. I'm kind of glad that it has just been thrust upon me instead of me knowing the date way in advance, because I think I would panic about how to tell people. But I really just want people to know, because it's been really difficult to not get any kind of affirmation, because I really need bolstering and I really need people to tell me that I'm doing a good job. But because I've had to keep it a secret, it's not like I've been able to get that feedback other than like from my publishing team kind of thing. I'm really excited to finally be able to say, I've written a book, you can pre-order it now. It's publishing on the 4th of June this year, and pre-orders, especially as I'm a first-time author, are so important. I don't want to like shove it down your throats, but pre-orders are what retailers use to see how well a book's going to sell, and therefore how many they should be ordering, and therefore it really impacts the further promotion and how well it's going to do when it eventually goes on shelves. So please, if you can, please pre-order. Please, 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 please. It would mean so much to me to know that people are excited about this. I feel like it's been such a long time coming. Like, I've been making online content now for 5 years, and I've had other opportunities in the past to pursue a book or other big projects that I haven't necessarily turned down, but it was right that they never happened. When they did, I feel like I've waited for the right time where I feel confident in what I'm writing. I feel confident that I have the experience to pass on, and that I'm not just rushing into writing something to release it because there's eyes on me that would buy it. I want this to feel like it's authentic, and I'm just translating what I already do from an online space to page. And also, fun fact, when I first submitted the proposal for this book, literally was actually just a working title, because I needed to call it something to send it off to like the people that needed to read it. But I didn't know what to call it. And it's evolved so much since then, but literally was what I put down. It wasn't an instant like, oh, that's the title, but I just think that it is the perfect, bold, to the point title. This is a proof copy of the book, so this is actually it printed. Kind of wild, but this isn't like, this is what will be going to press, influencers, people that I want to read it to get quotes from, reviews, that kind of thing. But on the back, I'll read this little bit for you because I think that this is a good selling point. There are 3 reasons why this book is called Literally. Number 1, autistic people can take things literally. Number 2, this is a literal book, clear in its language, easy to understand and accessible. Number 3, it's relatable. What do you say when someone says something so profoundly relatable that it connects to your own experience perfectly? Literally, that's literally me. Tenuous 4th reason, it looks great on a front cover. Yeah, so the cover, honestly, this only got confirmed a few weeks ago and that worked out well. because it got sprung upon us that there is a discount for pre-orders, so we're having to announce it early. So it's a good job that we got this done, because there was a few different iterations of this cover, some of which I really did not like. And then this went through a few different colourways, but I just feel like when I saw this, I was like, this looks like it would look good on a shelf. It looks like a book. I feel like it's me. I quite like this bit because it's like, I feel like it looks a little bit like a brain, which is good because it's, you know, about brains. It still doesn't really feel real because I've been waiting to make a video like this for a really long time. Yeah, so this week I'm announcing the announcement. So it's getting revealed on the 17th of February, which is when you can pre-order from. But this week, tomorrow, I'm announcing that something is happening. So I've been going out and getting like silly photos and like just content with the book. So I'm gonna take you along with me on that week. This one was inspired by my Tangle wall, and then this was sort of like an elevated version. I don't need to tell you everything about it right now. That is just a little snapshot. I'll talk more in depth about things as the week goes on. I also need to remember to vlog because I haven't in a really long time, and I always forget to pick my camera up. I'm heading out to see my dad. I'm going to take this with me. Something that I thought I could do with this book, because it's empty, is use it as like a scrapbook for the journey of releasing the book and like whatever events I do, or get people to sign it and leave messages in it whenever I have events or people read the book. So I've got this stuck in the front page, which is from my editor who packaged up these two books to send to me. So that's in the front page. So yeah, I kind of think like might use it as like a little journal, and then I'll have like a unique book of memories of this whole process, because this is kind of something that I've dreamed of for years. Wild. Anyway, good morning everybody. Oh my goodness. I've just got back from swimming. Usually I do 20 lengths. Today I did 30. And I fear I may have overdone it, because I also walk to swim, and it's a good 20-minute walk. So there and back plus 30 lengths. Have not actually figured out, because it's a 25-metre swimming pool. Does that work out to be 750 when I do 30 lengths? Let's have a look. 25 times 30. 750. Half a mile! Bloody hell. Yeah, so I think I may have slightly overdone it, to be honest. But I'm loving swimming. I've been doing it for about 6 months now, and I can't say that I've noticed like a physical difference. I don't think I'm like, more that I feel better from moving my body, but that's the point of going. I don't go because I'm trying to like lose weight, exercise, shape up. That's not in my mind at all. It's that I know I need to be moving my body more, especially now that I'm nearly 26. Oh my god. To talk about another book, maybe this blog is just all about books, including my own. I have been reading more this year. This is actually my third book technically, but I did get sent the proof of mine and I had to read the full thing, so it's technically 4. I'm reading The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. Best-selling. I don't think it's a surprise that I'm reading this, but I found it in the charity shop for £2.50. I'm really enjoying it. I have to say, I watched the film first and I got weird vibes from the film, I'm not going to lie. And I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was watching it and I was thinking, this feels like something Richard Osman wouldn't have written. And when I googled it, they did change a big part of the plot. Mainly one of the characters does something different, or like his fate is a little bit different. And it was a bit icky, I'm not gonna lie. Apparently that doesn't happen in the book, which makes sense. I found the third one in the charity shop for £1, so I just need to sniff out the second one from somewhere because I don't have much of this left. But one of my goals this year is to read more because I did a literature degree. Reading became very challenging after I went to uni and like actually studied it, because whenever I picked up a book, it felt like I was doing it to then write an essay on it, and it zapped all the fun out of it. So for the past couple of years, the only books I've really read are The Hunger Games and like a random one here and there. But my goal is to constantly have a book on the go, and that's the one that I've got on at the minute. I want to be done by that this week so that I can move on to the second one. My day to day, I'm back in the house. I've got work to do. I have some illustration work for a job that I got recently. I need to sit and do that because the deadline's tomorrow and it's nowhere near done. But I'm going to go and put the kettle on, sit and watch the telly. I also need to upload a silly video which I will insert here.
What is it? Give me a brief description.
This is a joyful... By who? Ella Willis.
And who's that?
That's me.
Of announcing the announcement, letting people know that there will be an announcement next week. Currently making myself something to eat. Shock horror, it's pasta. I recently discovered, or I have recently been discovering, it's been a bit of a journey, that I actually don't mind peas. I don't mind them, and I'm not saying that they're my favourite vegetable or legume, but don't have the pasta sauce that I thought I did. I wouldn't have made pasta if I didn't. If I'd known, I wouldn't have had that. God damn it. I've just been to the shops as well. I thought I did. I really didn't think I'd used it. Apparently I did. Yeah, I've realised that I don't mind peas, and that means that I can put them in things now. I was going to do like a white sauce, creamy, but apparently I didn't get any white sauce, which I'm quite shocked at, but never mind. When I was in the shop the other day, one of the funniest sights I have ever seen. I was sort of trapped in an aisle getting some wraps, and this twin pushchair was right next to me, and I looked down and the little girl that was in one side had these huge tears pouring down her face, but it didn't look like she'd been crying. Like, she didn't look sad, she didn't look like she was like upset. She just had massive, like huge tears pouring down her face. I was thinking, that's weird. This was all happening within like split seconds. And then I looked at her hands and she was clutching an onion. She'd clearly, because her parents were there, like they were looking at her, they'd clearly given her an onion. Maybe she demands it, I don't know. And she was like picking at the top and it was making her cry. Oh, it was so funny. It was such a bizarre scene to look upon. It really made me laugh. Hello everybody. It's Thursday now because I did nothing yesterday. I am popping home to see my parents, and I also have a comms and marketing meeting for the book, which is basically where we are talking through the plan for promo, all to do with marketing, all the different strategies, different things that we're going to be doing to promote the book. This was sort of meant to be like early on before we announced, but because the announcement has been pulled forward a little bit, I'm very, very keen to know what we're going to be doing, because I'm obviously announcing on Tuesday. God, the weather. Oh my God. If you're living in the UK, you'll know that this January, obviously it's February now, but January was the greyest, dullest month ever. More than normal. And it's seeped into February. Like, we have barely had any sunny days. And I don't like low winter sun, but my God, I'm genuinely forgetting that the sky's blue. I'm having to remind myself, don't worry, the sky's actually blue. I've also recently really got into bird watching, and it's really crept up on me. It's really crept up on us. I've had quite a lot of long train journeys, like the beginning of this year, end of last year, and I just really enjoy watching out the train window, especially if you're getting the northeast to London line. You just go through so many fields and there's so many birds. Like, I've seen so many birds, right? Kites, little egrets, lots of different things. And there's actually a family of long-tailed tits that like to fly around the tree outside my window. So I've been enjoying watching them. River enjoys watching them as well. But it's really crept up on me, bird watching. And I've always felt a bit like an old man, but now even more. And I can't say I'm ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Basically going back to my mum's now to have the meeting there, because there's only one train an hour to get to Chesley Street, which is where I grew up. And I need to see both of my parents. So I'm going to get an early train, have my meeting there, and then I'll be there. I really need to get a haircut and I really need to dye my hair at some point. You know, when you just like get to a point with your appearance where you're just like, ugh. And I think it's because I need a haircut and I've really neglected the hair dye. So I think I need to maybe not bleach, but I might do a bleach bath. Then put my normal dye on top to make it a little bit more vibrant and vivid, because I don't like having natural hair, and right now it feels like a natural ginger, which I don't mind. It's just like, I need some fun. Like, I really don't feel like myself, especially this time of year because the weather's awful. So I need a little bit of zhuzh. So maybe I'll pop to Boots in Chester and pick up some hair dye, because currently that's one of the only places that seems to have it in stock, which is very strange because if you know Chester Front Street, it's dying a death. So weird. I guess maybe it's because nobody goes in, so it's not getting bought. I actually think it highlights the rule instead of eliminating it.
Hi everyone. I'm so excited to talk about your book, Ella, and I know that we've had lots of emails about the announcement and everything, so yeah, thank you again for all your hard work on that. And
so that's the marketing meeting done. Starting to get like nervous excitement. Just feels like it's something that I've been building up to for so long, and I'm like, I don't want to let people down, but also it's really fun to see people really care about it behind the scenes. Oh my goodness, what an awful day. Oh, okay. Just went and had my hair cut, picked up some hair dye, got off the metro. It's snowing. But I did see some blue sky and some sun. So, you know, it wasn't all losses. It's bloody snowing. So I managed to pick up some hair dye because I didn't have any in Chester. So I got the usual that I've used before, Vivid Copper, which is the lightening kit from Bleach London that doesn't have bleach in. It worked wonders last time. But I also saw, which I think is new because I don't remember seeing this last time, they've now got a pink. This must be new because I think I would have picked this one up last time when I was trying to dye my hair. And I think I thought, oh, there's no pink, that's a shame. But they had pink. I can't decide what I should do. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bleach bath, which is basically you mix up some bleach but you put shampoo in it and you leave it on for a little bit less time. And it just like lightens your hair a little bit and lifts the product off. So I think depending on what colour it ends up after that will help me determine whether to do the pink or the orange. Because if it is still really orange, then, which it really is, it's going to be if I'm doing a bleach bath. But if it looks like a decent enough palette to do this, then I might do pink. Oh, that is really strong. This is what I'm at right now. It's definitely lightened it a decent amount. I'm just a little bit nervous that putting pink on top's not going to actually work. But listen, I'm a risk taker. Colour booster. I went red instead. I didn't like how it was looking. I think I'm not a fan of the first day or two when you've just dyed your hair and you can sort of see like the residue and the patches. I like it once like a teeny bit of your root has started to come through and it's washed out a little bit and it looks a little bit more lived in. But I had like a dark red and I thought I could do that. I've been red before and I did like it. The only thing that I forgot about red is that it's a very messy hair dye. And it runs a lot. So I don't know how I'm going to go swimming with this hair because I think I'm going to tinge the pool. I might have to give this a good 10 washes before I go swimming next week. Hi everybody, it is the next week now. I naturally forgot to vlog. I need to get back in the swing of things. What are you doing, crazy girl? I just thought I'd pop on here and end the vlog. The book has been announced. I announced it on Tuesday, it's now Friday. The response has been lovely. It's been really nice to see people be like, I've pre-ordered it, or when's the audiobook coming? The audiobook is coming, guys. Don't worry, I'm actually recording it next week. So you will see a lot of content from that. I plan on doing some vlogs and also I'm going to record a lot of me recording it so that I can like trim it down, make it into content. Like I said, all of the links will be below on pre-ordering this. I'm going to try and get this vlog up today, which is the 20th, which means that you will have some time before the Waterstones discount runs out. It's running until midnight tonight. So you can get 25% off your pre-order from Waterstones, which is really great. I do believe that Amazon ships elsewhere other than the UK. And I think Blackwell's has some kind of international postage as well. So if you're looking to buy it, pre-order it outside of the UK, I do think that you can. This will obviously be featuring in more videos than just this one. I wanted to vlog this week because I think it's exciting. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.